A 7600 with a 7600 for 900?
You heard that right, RX 7600 GPU, Ryzen 5 7600 CPU. It makes a $900 gaming PC, but should you build it at home? We're about to find out, but first, a word from today's sponsor.
High quality RAM is essential to ensuring you get maximum performance out of your gaming PC. That's why we love using Lexar Aries RGB DDR5 desktop memory. Lexar's Aries RAM is specifically designed for gaming, and it shows. This next-gen DDR5 memory delivers peak performance with speeds up to 6,000 MHz. It also features an aluminum heatsink to keep those temps under control during those heavy gaming sessions. Lexar's Aries RGB DDR5 also has built-in power management to enhance efficiency and is designed with on-die ECC to improve stability and reliability. If you're a hardcore gamer or PC enthusiast looking to experience superior performance, check out Lexar Aries RGB DDR5 desktop memory through the links in the description down below, and big thanks to Lexar for sponsoring today's video.
So the whole point of this gaming PC for 900 bucks is we wanted to kind of experiment with the cheapest DDR5 but also newest AMD hardware build you can do. So the 7600, which should perform like a 6700 XT, and the 7600, which is just an amazing 6-core 12 thread that is very power efficient. I don't think this build is going to pull more than a few hundred watts at full load.
So let's go and talk about each individual part and how it makes up this PC build.
So for the CPU, we have the Ryzen 5 7600 6-core 12 thread. You could go with the 7600X, which does not come with a stock cooler, and we're not even using a stock cooler anyways, but we wanted to just go as cheap as possible and as low end as possible at low end. But I'm excited because yeah, this thing's still gonna perform really amazing. Now we did get a cooler for this thing, which by the way, you really don't need to get, but we just want this thing to look good, also have a good upgrade path. This is the Thermalright Assassin X120R SE, and it is ARGB, so it has a nice looking ARGB fan that should kind of communicate well with the rest of the build. But yeah, like I said, you really don't have to use this thing because the stock cooler for the 7600 is actually really good. And for the motherboard, we have a Gigabyte A620M S2H, and it is really cool seeing a cheap budget board that supports DDR5. And yeah, they actually relate normally. I can look at the back and see some pictures. I don't get a whole lot with this, so we'll check it out. We'll get you guys some B-roll once we actually open this thing up, but you're typically gonna get less USB ports. You're going to get usually only 2 RAM slots, and a lot of times they just kind of sacrifice some stuff on these boards, but performance is not sacrificed because it still supports DDR5, it still supports the boost clocking of your CPU, so realistically, whether we got this board or a really nice X670, we shouldn't really notice much of a difference. Now for RAM, we decided just to go as cheap as possible. We have some OLOy RGB DDR5, and this is a 32 gig kit, so 16 by 2, 5200 megahertz. You could go with 6000 if you wanted to because this board does support it, but we wanted to just go as cheap as possible while still looking good. And now for the storage, we have this Crucial P3 Plus Gen 4 SSD because these boards do support Gen 4 on the PCI lane and also your actual M.2, so that's important to us. We want that 5000 megabyte per second read and write speed.
Now for the graphics card. Again, we've had this card for a little bit because when it first released, the price was wasn't really a great deal, but now AMD is doing a great job at lowering the price of this thing with the release of the 4060 and 4060 Ti. You can find these graphics cards for around $250, and it does come with that new AV1 encoder for live streaming to platforms that do support it. 8 gigs of VRAM is more than adequate for 1080p gaming in the games you'll see us test later on in today's video. But yeah, this is the Power Color model, so shout out to Power Color for sending this over, and yeah, it's gonna look really nice in this PC build and perform very well. Now to power this build, this is the Gigamax 600 watt power supply. Honestly, you probably don't need 600 watts, even though on the back of this graphics card, it says it recommends a 600 watt power supply, but normally you do have like almost 200 watts of wiggle room with that recommendation if you really want to save some money, but this power supply is like 50 bucks and it's a pretty solid unit. And every time we use this power supply, we're never disappointed. And of course, in the name of making this thing as budget as possible, we went with the Gamemax case. This is the Gamemax Mini Aero, which has an interesting design. It's an all black outside design with RGB fans, but it also has a white inside, as you can see right here. Interesting design, but overall, I think it's gonna be a really good case for this PC build. Now, I do not know, and I'm willing to bet, it's not gonna be ARGB, so we might be stuck just using the RGB mode on the cooler or setting it to a color on the cooler in this. We'll figure that out when we put it together, but let's not waste any more time. Put this thing together, see how it performs in the latest titles.
Alright guys, we're playing some Battlefield 2042, and I'm going to show you guys the settings that we have running real quick. So we're on 1080p, and we got max FOV, and then we're basically just high settings. We got VSync turned off so we can really see what this baby can do. And McAllister has requested that I play against bots, but I said, you know what? Actually, Matt said don't play against bots.
I said no.
I said more entertaining.
I said get good.
Yes, so I am going to attempt to get good and get some snipey kills in this, which is definitely going to be demanding, because when you're zooming in across the map with a sniper rifle like this, you're just asking for demand. Should I shoot this thing?
I think you should. Let's see what it can do. Oh no, it's gone.
I feel like I have this weird feeling if I shot that, I would take a tank shot in the face.
Yeah, the combo of the 7600 with the 7600 seems to be working pretty well, actually. We're not super bottlenecked by the CPU, obviously, and so you have room to upgrade in the future. And that 7600 is doing well in this game, pulling about 6.5 gigs of VRAM, almost 7. So 8 gigs of VRAM, 1080p high still works. Oh, yes. See,
yeah, how about that, McAllister?
He's getting good. Yeah, McAllister. That's what the whole video is going to be. Just like, yeah, McAllister. How about that?
Every time I get a kill, yeah, McAllister.
Yeah, McAllister. Oh. Got him. Ooh, that headshot. There's one. Oh, that's a headshot. Yeah, McAllister.
It took me a minute to focus up, but okay, where is it?
Oh, he's on the ground.
I'm not gonna complain. I'm just gonna keep going.
Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, the pistol. Oh. Yep.
That's a good little headshot.
Yeah, it's hard to hit that. Oh, you got it. Get him on that zip line.
Please.
Oh. Oh, he's getting devious.
Oh my God.
He's gunning you down.
Holy crap.
He committed a war crime.
We did it, guys. This PC is pretty amazing in Battlefield at higher settings. Let's go ahead and try it another game.
All right, guys, we are now in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and we are running the balance preset 1080p with no upscaling or downscaling or FSR in general. We're just running stock 1080p balance settings, and it doesn't look like we need it. We're getting about 190 to 200 FPS. Yes, Shoot House is a somewhat easy map to run. Look at that. Don't you love how Shoot House starts all the time? But it's still very impressive. High refresh rate experience in a, well, first-person shooter that a lot of people like to play. So you can expect similar results across a wide range of esports titles if the multiplayer is going to run like this. I'd imagine Warzone, you're probably looking at the, I'll get this guy, got him. You're probably looking at the, I don't know, maybe more like 100 to 110 FPS average, because Warzone is more demanding, but multiplayer gives me more chances to die and give you all kills to watch, so let's get it. What's up? Punch. Goodbye. Oh, hello. Goodbye. Ooh. Got him. Another one. Oh, that almost worked out well. Oh, couldn't get the last kill. But hey, performance is pretty dang good for multiplayer. What we're going to do is run some built-in benchmarks, really stress this thing to its limits, but I think the dual 7600s, which I think is still funny that AMD had that naming scheme, by the way, is performing very well together.
All right, guys, we just got done benchmarking this beautiful PC, and overall it did really well. You know, those dual 7600s actually are a really good price to performance pairing, and we were able to play esports titles and AAA titles and get really respectable high refresh rates.
Now, if you're wanting to stick to the $900 budget, you can just build this PC yourself by checking the links in the description down below. They will be affiliate links and they will help us out. But if you want to spend a little bit more money, you can get a better motherboard, like a B650 motherboard for more USB ports and the ability to, well, upgrade to a higher end Ryzen CPU in the future. But in its current configuration, I'm very happy with the performance. So once again, if you want to buy this PC or build this PC yourself, check the link in the description down below. It'll be available at PC Bros, we'll talk about later in the outro card. But yeah, let us know what you think of this PC for the money. Is it worth it for $900, or what would you have done differently?
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other two YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Do you guys want to know where this PC will be available? It'll be available at PCBros.tech along with some mouse pads.
Mouse pads over at PCBros.tech. You can support us and what we like to do over here by shopping at PCBros.tech. Use code TOASTYBROS2 and check out to save 2% your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.
Peace out.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.